Welcome to our seminar of Building Educational Skills Through Fitness. My name is Dirk Kirschner, and we'll be going through this program today. It is a very important topic to me, not only as an occupational therapist in the school, but also as a parent and grandparent. I want to see my kids and children do well, and I hope you do also to yours. And hopefully we can learn together. And when we think about how do we improve the education of our children, there has been so many programs, and we spend millions and millions of dollars, always a new program here and a new program there, and innovative ideas. But I think we often lose out because we don't keep with the basics. And one of those basics is children's fitness. Another one would be nutrition. Another one would be connecting with the children, truly heart to heart. But today's topic is about fitness. So let's get started on that. We're going to look at my own experience in the school system when I was a young child. We're going to look at how do we motivate children and not discourage them as far as fitness. How are we doing in our school, in Canada in general? What kind of exercises would be of most benefit to the children? I'm going to bring in some of my children and grandchildren. We're going to do some activities with them, and we're going to have a lot of fun. We recorded them this morning, and we're going to have a lot of interesting things to learn through that process. So I hope you'll stay with me and enjoy just this seminar. I moved to Canada in 1976. It was the year of the Olympics. We arrived in Montreal and went to see some events. It was a time in Canada where everybody was very focused on exercise. I started school in grade 5 in 1976 and didn't know any English at that time. Just a young German boy. One of the things that I noticed is that most of my peers were quite strong. Most of them played hockey. When we were out, any spare time, we were out on the street playing street hockey. That was common. It was rare that you could drive in the wintertime along a street and not have to stop periodically for people to move over nets, anything that represented a net. But in the past, I would say 10, 15 years, it is rare that you see any children, if ever, playing road hockey. And as children, we were quite fit. But yet, I noticed the other children, they were strong. And one of the things that Canada had in those days was the Canadian Fitness Awards program. It was something that was done in all the schools. And if you're anywhere my age, you'll remember the program. And I'm just going to show you a short video here of something that kind of started off the program that inspired people. So here's a video.
These men are about evenly matched. That's because the average 30-year-old Canadian is in about the same physical shape as the average 60-year-old Swede. Run, walk, cycle. Let's get Canada moving again. This message is brought to you by the CFL, CTV, and its sponsors for participation.
Yeah, so comparing Swedes to Germans, Swedes to Canadians. So there was a certain sense that Canada was falling behind and that people needed to get going. So when I started in school, we had this Canadian test of basic skills. It was introduced in 1970 by the Canada Health and Welfare, and it ran until 1972. And all the kids, not all the kids, but many of the kids had these badges, and they were sewn onto their coats, and they wore them with pride, displaying just how well they had performed, what they had performed. Obviously, some kids didn't do as well and probably didn't have those badges. When I first did this Canada fitness test, I think I received the silver, and most of my friends had either excellence or gold. So I didn't do as well as them, and I always dreamed about, oh, I wish I could do better. And I was inspired to work hard and catch up in a way, try to do better. The Canada Fitness Test at that time included 6 things. One was a 50-yard run, a 300-yard run, a flexed arm hang, so you would hang on a bar and you would have to hold yourself as long as possible. A shuttle run, that meant you had to take a little block. You ran 30 feet, picked up a block, ran 30 feet back, dropped the block, ran 30 feet, got the second block, and then ran back and dropped it. And you were timed on that, how quick you could move in a small space. We did speed sit-ups and standing long jump. All these were different aspects of fitness, and we would practice week after week. Would practice these things, sometimes at home, to see how strong I could become, or the other kids, because you wanted to do your best and win these rewards. There was standards set up for all ages. There was different standards for girls, different standards for boys, and it was done, as far as I remember, quite well. The idea was to promote health and wellness, to achieve a higher level of fitness, to encourage the kids through awards, to recognize their standards, and to build public awareness of sports and recreation. One of the things that also was done was wanted to create better attitudes towards fitness, and the idea was that it would be a lifetime thing, that children would be encouraged to become more fit, and that would go through their whole life. So, and then if the children did well, for example, if you got a bronze, if you were in the 55 to 79%, so they were compared to, they took a lot of kids, they made standards, and then if you're in sort of the 95 percentile, you got gold, and then in I think 4 events, and then if you could do it in more events, then you got more than 95 on 6 events, then you would get an excellence badge. So people, to me, we worked hard, and you really wanted to kind of excel. Here's an example. Padisha Felician, a hurdler who established the Canadian woman's record in the 100-meter hurdles in 2004, stated in an interview with Active for Life that she was inspired to join her school's track and field team because she had received an award of excellence in grade 3. She described it as the first time I felt special in terms of my athletic ability. So people were spurred on. Some of the results were that in the first 10 years, more than 14 million participants were that, and that was by 1980. The program's participation rate went from 9% in the first year, it went to 28%, so a lot of kids were involved. There was a lot of improvements as far as performance, a lot of research because it was easy to kind of divide things up. Um, they found that in 1980 that the physical conditions of boys and girls had improved from 1965, and that girls in 1980 performed better than the boys of the same age in 1965. So that's quite a statement. The times for the dash were notable because they did a study in 1966 where they did the 50-yard dash and then they compared it to the 50-yard dash of children in 1980. So there was a notable difference. They also said that as time went on in 1980, there was more awards given because the kids actually became better, and so the standards were lower, and it wasn't as challenging for the kids. So, I mean, that's pretty good. They practiced and became stronger. It was compulsory for many of the children. And so the effects of practice, some see that as a negative thing. I see that as a good thing. The kids were stronger and they did well as far as the test. What were some of the criticisms? Some people said that it was a poor indicator of fitness, that it only measured strength. As an occupational therapist, if I could have my kids being able to do push-ups and pull-ups, that would be great. I wouldn't see that as a problem in any way because we have so many problems with children's handwriting, being able to sit still, just how much we need strength. And so that's not a huge criticism from my point of view. Strength is very, very important. Now, it did have a 300-meter run. I think it's great if the kids are able to run 300 meters. The most significant part of the criticism of the program was that some had said it discouraged those who needed the most encouragement. And that is probably the toughest part is some people would be encouraged by, I'm going to work towards a silver, a bronze, or excellence. And some people would see the others getting better, working hard, and would kind of say, well, I'm never going to get there. I'm a little chubby boy, or I am just overweight, and I just can't make those differences. And so that would be a great discouragement. And I can see that being a frustration. And so what for some children was an encouragement, for others was a discouragement. So another criticism was that it facilitated for some girls self-debasement and destructive eating and exercise practices. It is a very difficult subject when you get into body and body image and sexuality and how do girls react to that and just the competition. And so that is a big topic. I think one of the difficulties is we don't want to remove the standard, but not all children are the same. So how can we have a program that doesn't discourage, but still drives others? Because competition is a reality in life. We have the Olympics, we have sports, it's all about competition. Everybody likes top athletes because they perform better than non-top athletes. And so it is something that we're inspired for, but at the same time, we don't want to discourage some of the other kids in the class. We don't want to discourage our children. So it needs that personal touch. And so we have to really think about that and be aware of that. How do we do it? And so we can't just be these cold trainers that just, okay, guys, we got to get this performance. And we have to consider all children. and not provoke them to anger and frustration and discouragement. So that would be the greatest factor I would see as a criticism of the program, and something that we really need to think about. So how do we solve that problem? I find with especially boys, they're very competitive. I have found that once they find out that they can do better and they start improving and doing more push-ups or pull-ups or anything, they really want to go with it. Everybody can improve. Even the most out of shape kids will see that soon. And so we need to really emphasize that everybody can make improvements and focus on that improvement. I think that's a good way of looking at it. Should we remove all the standards for testing? I think that in itself would be detrimental, because we can't live with children being totally out of shape. We don't want children to be sick their whole lives, dependent on drugs. That should not be a goal of ours. So somehow we do have to motivate them. We do have to, as a therapist, I assess children all the time. It's just the reality. We have to know when children are way behind, when they're way ahead, when they're doing okay, are they keeping up with the rest? But at the same time, we want to treat every child at the level that they're at. Moving on from that, there was a report in July of 2020 from Participaction, and how is Canada doing? How are our children doing? One of the things we had on overall physical activity, we received a D+. In sedentary behaviors, a D+. 39% of the students get more than 60 minutes of exercise per day. So almost half children are not getting enough exercise. Less than 1 in 5 meet behavior for guidelines of daily physical activity. So the main thing, and I think I really want to emphasize this more than anything, the main thing about the Participaction report was that children will exercise if their dad exercises, if their mom exercises, if their parents exercise. If the family exercises, the children will exercise. So it said that 20 extra minutes of physical activity of a parent relates to 5 minutes in the child's daily activity. So if you don't exercise, neither will your children. If you do exercise, it is very likely that your children will follow in your footsteps, like father, like son. And that was the primary indicator. So what does that mean for us as educators? It means that if we're going to have any kind of exercise program, we can't be drilling the kids. We need to get down on the floor and we need to do it with them. And it will all do us very good. There is nothing detrimental that will happen. I know some people have injuries. That's understandable. But I think it's the attitude here that I'm talking about, and just seeing the need in our own lives. Especially now, we have all these COVID restrictions, some of the horrors that have come out of that, and the horrors are not going to stop for a long time, if ever. 4.8% of the children and 0.8 of the children are meeting their 24-hour guidelines for movement. So that is down, very far down. There's a huge difference. Before, I think it was 15% were meeting their guidelines, and now we're less than 1% for some of the younger children. So COVID has done us in as far as movement, and we need to take it serious and see what are we going to do about that. The statistics for children's suicide have gone through the roof. For example, I'm just going to read you a few things here. In Japan, government statistics, this was in October, show that suicide claimed more lives in October than COVID did an entire year. Okay? The monthly number of Japanese suicides rose to 2,153 in October, according to Japan's National Police Agency. As of Friday, Japan's total COVID-19 toll was 2,087. So, huge problems. We're having many, many more deaths than COVID from suicide here in Japan. A rising despair is also reflected in statistics showing dramatic increases in domestic abuse, rape, child abuse, suicides. By July 2020, Ireland reported a 98% increase in people seeking counseling for rape and child sex abuse. There are signs of rising child abuse through including a British study that showed a shocking 1,493% rise in incidents of abuse of head trauma among children in the first month of lockdown compared to the same time in the previous 3 years. This is one from Texas. In September 2020, Cook Children's Hospital in Fort Worth, Texas, admitted a record number of 37 pediatric patients who tried to commit suicide. Dr. Kia Carter, medical director of psychiatry at the Cook's Children's Hospital, told CBS in September 2020 has been the highest month ever that we've seen suicidal patients admitted to our medical center. Suicide has become the second leading cause of death for kids and adolescents in the last year versus 2 years ago when it was the third leading cause. So lockdowns are very, very detrimental to children, not only in movements, but they're just the way their depression. And so I think even the WHO is not advocating lockdowns, even though we are still doing it. And when we look at the aspect of fitness alone, huge effects that we're having. So it is something for us to take serious in the school when the kids do come, that fitness needs to be a huge part of what we are providing for them. Movement, because they're not getting it home. Not only because we have a society that spends most of our days now, these children spend most of their waking hours on a screen, and we need to start moving more. Will have serious effects. Let's look at obesity rates in the past 10 years. This is kind of a worldwide study of 31 million children between 5 and 19 year olds, and then also some older children. It was found that obesity in children and in teenagers is 10 times higher now than it was in 1975. So, and this study was from 2017. So that's a huge increase. They were saying that in 5 years from that study, which would be 2022, there will be more obese children than non-obese. We keep changing the standards, but that doesn't help the facts. More specifically, in 1975 in this study, there were 5 million girls who were obese, and in 2016, the number has risen to 50 million. The report counted 6 million boys with obesity. In 1975, it has spiked to 74 million in 2016. So that is very, very awful. Maybe we can just accept the obesity, but obesity translates into many, many other things, especially things concerning health. So, um, so I guess I'm raising the alarm, and people might be offended, but obesity translates into diabetes. It translates into sickness. It translates into premature death. And that's not a good thing, to have children all their lives being drug dependent because of their sicknesses. I know that some people really like that because they get to make a lot of money, but I don't think that is a good alternative. So I think in our society we are accepting that a little bit too much. I think it's loving for us as teachers to help children. I don't think we need to be critical on it, but we do need to encourage them. I think children are frustrated with their health, and but they don't know how to go about it, and we need to be an example. There are 3 types of fitnesses. Aerobic, so that's heart rate, just being in shape, being able to run. There's 2, strength, and that's just how strong you are with holding your muscles together, core strength. Can you sit down for a while without flopping over all the time? And we have a big problem with that because children are not getting a lot of movement. They're very weak in core strength, and so they, after a few minutes of sitting in a desk, they can't endure anymore. And then there's flexibility. Flexibility is not so much, in my experience, as an issue with kids. Most of them are, deal with flexibility. It's not something, when you get a little bit older, you become a little bit more inflexible. So switching now, how do we achieve fitness? How can we go about doing something a little bit more? So I didn't show this one picture. Just here is just some kids doing a flexed arm hang. That's the Canada Fitness Test. And this leads me to, we want to have children learn writing. We want to have good penmanship. But without doing some kind of activity to strengthen those arms, to strengthen that core, we are not going to see the improvements that we would like to see. And so here is children doing a flexed arm hang. That's a very good activity. The shoulder girdle, everything is going to get stronger. Push-ups, just on all fours on the floor. It just strengthens those areas incredibly much, and prepares them for education activities. So how do we go now to education? What can we say about that? Previous studies have shown that children who exercised regularly nearly doubled their scores in reading. So I think as educators, we separate those two. There's gym class over there, and we just keep on going, learning, doing the reading and the writing. And we're finding, well, how come the kids aren't retaining things? How come they can't remember? How come I'm kind of been teaching them for 3 years and they still haven't moved from the place that they're at? And one of the things, it may very well be related. I talked about other things about nutrition and all that, but kids who exercised doubled their reading scores. So a child's fitness ability is greatly related to their ability to read. 30 minutes on a treadmill. This is one study showed that they put children on a treadmill for 30 minutes and they got them to do the same activities, the same cognitive activities, and they scored 10% higher. So just by doing activities, the kids are more alert, they can focus more, and so it's very important that we give them a lot of movement breaks, and that we emphasize the idea of fitness. Researchers have repeatedly found connections between fitness and brain health, which naturally impacts all areas of brain function, such as cognitive thinking and memory. Number 4, cardiorespiratory fitness was the only factor that consistently was found to have an impact with boys and girls' grades on reading and math tests. So there is a direct correlation. Children are not healthy, children are not fit, they will not read as well. We see children that are very fit, children that are involved, they have a high level of fitness, their ability to read is likely to be higher. Another a recent review of 14 studies ranging from groups as small as 50 participants to groups as big as 12,000 participants demonstrated that the more physically active children are, the better they do academically. I think we kind of know that in our back of our heads, but how do we deal with that? What can we do? Just a simple study in neuroscience, this is an older study from 2010, showed that regular exercise not only improved blood flow to the brain, but helped monkeys learn new tasks twice as quickly as non-exercising monkeys. So, and they think that, that's very much the same as in humans. So, how much should children exercise every day? Well, that's a hard thing to say, but I think the recommendations are for the children of our age, at least 1 hour per day. And it's sad with all the extra time we have, all the time at home, all the time we have at school, that the children cannot get 60 minutes a day. So let's look at a video here. This is about 10 years old, but it's very interesting just what one school did and the effects of that. So let's watch this video.
And finally tonight, another door has slammed on all our couch potato excuses. Federal health experts released a report today showing physical activity strengthens the brain. A study of school kids showed improved grades and test scores. And David Wright takes us to one school where we can see the results.
At Naperville Central High School, west of Chicago, kids who struggle in math and reading go to gym class first.
So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to jumpstart their brains.
So the very first class of the day
is physical education, absolutely.
At Naperville, exercise isn't confined to the gym.
But that could go under B.
There are bikes and balls right in the classroom. Scientists say Naperville is onto something. At the University of Illinois, Dr. Charles Hillman's research shows that after a 30-minute stint on the treadmill, students actually do up to 10% better at problem solving.
It's good for attention. It's good for how fast individuals process information.
At Naperville, the program's been in place 5 years. Students involved are now reading a year and a half above their grade level. Math scores also shot up by more than 20%. The old school approach stressed things like sportsmanship, teamwork, building character. Well, here at Naperville, physical education is all about switching kids' brains on so they're ready to learn. Scientists say this sort of complex exercise stimulates body and brain together. The brain responds by pouring out neurotransmitters and something called brain growth factors.
The way we learn anything is by our brain cells changing, our brain cells growing, and exercise optimizes the brain to do that.
Sophomore Caitlin Porcaro used to get C's and D's. Now she gets A's and B's.
It kind of gets the gears in your head turning, so
it's easier to think.
yeah.
Sound body, sound mind has long been the accepted wisdom, but taught separately. At this school, they're finding that brains and brawn may be more closely connected than anyone thought. David Wright, ABC News, Naperville, Illinois.
Okay, so we can see what they did at Naperville High School. They're a little bit older than our kids, but I thought there was a few things that were very good about the program. One of the things that I thought was very good is that the way it was individualized. Every child had their own goals. They had the things that they preferred to do. They still had to do exercise. They couldn't get out of that, but they had a little bit of it individualized. Now that would be very hard to do in elementary school because children are not so independent, but we need to make the exercises things that will pertain to that age group and will be interesting for them, and not so much pitting them against one another so much, but how can we work together? How can a child that is doing great, that is running twice as fast as the other children, how can they be a helper to somebody who's a little bit slow? And that is going to be the trick. How to help how to get those that are ahead to help them that are not so quick. So I think that is something that we need to consider, and how do we do it? So what kind of exercises are best for our children? Now, it's interesting that when we look at children, what do they naturally do? They play tag, they run like crazy, a high level of intensity. So that's what children seek. They seek that high level of intensity when they're not on the computer, when they're out there. They will find those activities, what their body is naturally craving. So high intensity. So I think that is the best way to go about things, is to find those areas where we can put those short bursts of activities into their lives, things that will involve strength, things that will involve core strength, interval training. And so that means that they're doing something and then switch and do another thing and then switch again and get them moving. And the kids, my experience is that kids love that. They enjoy it. They're laughing. They're moving, and I think we can make it an enjoyable experience. It's just a matter of how do we do it. It doesn't have to be a daunting thing. I think every child in our school would say that gym is one of my favorite classes, if not the favorite. I just love gym. I can hardly wait till gym. I don't want to miss gym class. Everybody knows that, but we don't realize how important it is for them to be in that. At home, or parents, we can sprint with our kids, we can run after the dog, we can find ways to motivate them. There are lots of activities that we can do, but the emphasis, I think, is that intensity. We need to get that intensity, get that heart rate up, and get their muscles moving. So this is how we're designed, not to children to run for 20 minutes. Kids don't, the slow walk. It's nice to go walking, but kids love to chase. They want to go full blast. So I think we need to give them that opportunity, and that is going to be the healthiest way in the long run. So we're going to move on now and go outside. This is a video that we made this morning with my kids and grandkids, like I said, and just some of the things that we can do with the kids, and I know they really enjoy getting out there and movement. So let's take a look at that. Hi, we're here on the farm in our backyard, and just going to start with some introductions before we do some activities with the kids. And these are activities that anybody can do at home. Everybody's got a little bit of room behind their house, and it'll be a lot of fun for the kids. So let's start with introductions. First, we have Emma here. She's the farm school teacher here with the kids, and we'll just she's just going to take over from here.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm the horse school teacher, and this is
Shri Tikva.
I'm 11. And my father's phone number is 403-929-1500. Shmi Token. I am 10 years old and my father's phone number is 403-929-0345. Shmi Shlomo. I am 9 years old and my father's phone number is 403-929-0345. Shmi Aksa. I'm 8 years old and my dad's phone number is 403-929-0345. Shmi Ingrid. Ani? Right now. I am 6 and my dad's phone number is 403-929-0345. Shmi Shepherd. Ani. I am 4. Shmi Sim. Aniba 3.
What's your name?
Boaz.
Boaz. How old are you, Boaz?
Boaz. Thing.
2? 2. Very good. Good job. What's your name? Clementine?
Clementine.
And how old are you, Clementine? 2? 2. Very nice.
Shmi Moses. And I am 7 years old. And my dad's phone number is 403-593-4802. Shmi Holland. I'm 5 years old. Shmi Harriet. I'm 3.
So, today we're going to play Captain Ship or Man Overboard. So, there's a couple things you guys need to know about the game. There's a few spots that I'm going to call and you have to go to those spots. If you get it wrong, you're out, okay? So, we're going to start with over there by the brick wall, that's the island. Over there by the little tree, that's called the ship. If I call sharks, you guys have to get off the ground. If I tag you, you're out, okay? So a couple other commands. Crow's nest, you have to climb. Sick turtle, you have to get off the ground and wave your hands and your legs. Couple, you gotta go like this. And then you gotta sweep the deck. You're gonna have to row the boat. So you're gonna have to do that. Like I said, if I call sharks, you have to get off anything. You gotta go up on a table, something. If I say scrub the deck, you gotta get down and you gotta start cleaning. There maybe be some other things I'm gonna call along the way. If I don't get it right, whatever, you guys will figure it out.
No feet on the ground.
Okay? So, are you guys ready to start?
Yes,
one thing I forgot to mention. When I say attention, I want salutes. If I don't get that or I don't say at ease and you guys leave before I say at ease, you're automatically out of the game.
Snap.
Okay? So you guys ready?
Yes.
Attention! To the island! To the ship! Attention!
Oh, attention over here.
At ease. Scrub the deck. Sweep the deck. Sick turtle. Shark! We're gonna get you! We're gonna get you! Come on!
Sick turtle, down.
Shark!
Okay, shark on the table. Come on.
Grab the deck!
Come on.
Hit the deck! Sweep the deck!
Hit the deck. Climb. Down.
Cross nest!
No, run. Now run.
No, wait.
To the island!
Sure. Over here, run.
Climb.
Crow's nest.
No, run. Up and down. Like this.
Crow's nest.
Sick turtle.
Sick turtle. So now you lay down.
Sit down. Lay down. Run. Lay down.
Sweep to death.
Get up. Get up.
Scrub to death.
Now go down. Scrub.
Sweep to death. Come on, guys.
Sweep
Get
to
it
death.
clean. It's not clean. Keep on scrubbing. Sweep it.
Up.
Sick turtle.
Sick turtle. Oh, on your bum.
Sharks. Sharks. Sharks.
Come.
Turtle.
Oh, sick turtle. Like this.
Sharks. To the island.
To the island.
To the ship.
The ship. We're already here.
To the ship. To the island. To the ship. To the island. Turtle. Sick turtle. Shark.
Okay, that was a good game. It's outside. It's a cold day, and we got the kids running, and lots of heavy work. They're running. They're up and down. Lots of shoulder strength. Lots of abdominal strength that we're working on. So that was a really good activity. Everybody had lots of fun. So now we're going to do an obstacle course. You can use anything at all, whatever you have in your yard, or you can use the playground. We're going to use whatever we have here and kind of just get the kids. We're trying to do lots of strengthening work and really get them to move as fast as they can and use their minds at the same time. So there's different challenges. So the first one is, Solomon, on the ground. You start and you crawl underneath the table. Okay? Then you're up. You push the wheelbarrow past the stick and then back. And then back. Good. Up here, onto the slide. Okay, go. Okay. Balance across here. Balance across. Crab walk to the trampoline. Crab walk. On your hands. Oh, use your hands. Not
Put
your
hands
elbows.
down, yep.
Crab walk. Okay, run around the trampoline 1.5 times, and you're gonna say, "I'm faster than a cheetah."
I'm faster than a cheetah! I'm faster than a cheetah! I'm faster than a cheetah! I'm faster than a cheetah!
And stop. Okay. Now a dog walk all the way to the end there. Okay, and stop. Okay, jump over the fence, and back, and then come here, up the slide, down, and pop to the block, and then the timer stops. Now we're going to get the kids to do all these. Now for some of the younger ones it's going to be difficult, but it's just a learning. We're not timing anybody, but the idea is that they practice, and once they get really good at, then we'll time them. You ready, Tiki?
Yes.
On your mark, get set, go! Okay, I have to give everybody time. Okay, go Tiki, go! Wait till the barrel is back and then we'll let you. Okay, token, go. Come on, faster, token! Faster!
Go, 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 go!
Okay, who's next? Sheppy, you can go.
Good job, Shep. Good job.
Keep going, Sheppy. Sheppy, roll the barrel. Roll the barrel. Gotta roll it the other way. Go on the other side of it. Yeah, that's it. Go on the other side. Roll the barrel. Roll the barrel. All the way. All the way. All the way. All the way. Okay, now roll it back. Good job.
Good job, Shep.
Good job, Shep.
Wow. You're strong.
All right, and up the slide. Wet your feet on the ground. Wet them on the ground. Ingrid, quick, come down. Wait till she's down. Okay, now see if you can climb up. Can you climb up? Try and climb up. Okay, good enough. Keep on going. Okay, crab walk, Sheppy, crab walk. That's it, crab walk. On your hands. Hands, on your hands. You gotta put your hands down. Crab walk. Crab walk, one at a time.
I can't climb up.
Okay, just climb up a little bit. Okay, then go on. Go on.
Go, 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 go. I'm faster than a cheetah. 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 I'm faster.
Okay, dog walk, dog walk, dog walk, doggy, doggy. Yeah, doggy walk. And jump over the fence. Over the fence, jump over that fence. Jump over that fence. And jump back. Okay, up to the slide. Up there. Go fast.
Good job, Sarah.
Go, 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 go. Okay, and hop, hop, hop. You gotta hop. Sheppy, hop, hop onto the thing. Onto here.
Poppy, do climb the bench.
Okay, and onto the side.
You climb on the bench? Good girl. Wow. Can you stand up? You walk. Walk across the bench. Good girl. You jump. Woo. Okay,
crab
walk. Can you do a crab walk, Clemmy? Can you go like this? Can you crab walk? Do crab walk. Wow, that's cool. Good job, Clem. Good job. Okay, let's go run around the trampoline.
Good job, Sarah.
Come on, let's go run. Go, I'm faster than a cheetah. I'm faster than a cheetah. I'm faster than a cheetah. Okay, you do a puppy. How does a puppy walk? You walk like a puppy? Good job. Walk like a puppy. Is that like Jack? Is that like Jack? Yeah. Okay. You can get up. Let's go run. Let's go run. Go off the slide.
Over the fence.
Oh, you gotta go over the fence? Can you climb over the fence? Wow. Can you climb over? Yeah, you climb over. You climb over. Good girl. Good job.
Good job,
Okay,
Clemmy.
run. We're gonna go off the slide. Climb up. Clemmy, come. We're gonna run off the slide. Can you climb up? You climb up and go off the slide? Good girl. Good job. Wow, you're a big girl. You're a big girl. Look, all the kids are waiting. Guys, cheer for Clemmy. Woo! Come on, Clem. Good job. Can you slide down? Woo! Good job. Slide. Slide, Clemmy. You can slide down. Come, I'll catch you. I'll catch you. Good girl. Woo!
Go, Clem.
Let's hop.
Now hop, hop.
Clem, you gotta hop.
Hop.
Can you
Gotta
hop?
hop. Hop, that's it.
Woo!
Hop home. Yeah.
Good job.
Okay.
Clem, high five. Good girl.
So that's generally what we do. We get everybody to go through it a few times and just get really good at it. And then hopefully at some point we'll time them and we'll kind of see how fast they can improve in their time. They're very keen. After a while they'll want to, hey, I want to do faster. I want to go quicker. And then you can switch it up and you can use anything just as you saw, and the kids just really enjoy that. So now we're going to do a wheelbarrow walk. We've put the kids into groups of 2 about their same height, their same abilities, and we're going to go from here all the way to a certain line that we made. This can be done in the classroom, this can be done outside, and then they will switch and then they will go back. This is an excellent activity. It's good for abdominal strength, core strength, and for shoulder strength, hand strength. It's great activity to do before writing. So let's demonstrate that. On your marks, get set, go! Okay, Sheppy, you have to go back because I'm too big for you. Go, Sheppy! Go, Sheppy! Go, Sheppy!
You go down, Sarah. You hold Iggy's feet. You hold Iggy's feet. Good job. Come on, keep going. Kiki, get your hands up.
I can. Come on, don't stick out your butt so much.
Token, hold her feet up higher.
I can.
Hold her feet higher.
I can.
Okay, go forward.
Go forward. She's pulling me backwards.
Kiki, come on.
I can. Okay.
Token, hold her by the knees. Hold her by the knees. It'll be easier. Hold her by the knees. Hold her by the knees. That's it. Now go.
Saul, out of the way.
That was very interesting. As you can see, the kids' abilities are at various levels, and sometimes the little kids do better than the big kids. Everybody's going to learn. You do this a few times, and they'll all be really good at it. Next thing we're going to do is burpees. So everybody line up. Okay, everybody remember how to do a burpee?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so down, out, in, and jump up. Okay, everybody got it?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to do 10 good ones. Okay, ready? And down, out, in, and jump up. Down, out, in, and jump
Come on,
up.
Shveta.
Down, out, in, jump up. Down, out, in, jump up. Down, out, in, jump up. How many is that? 1, in, jump up. 7, out, in, jump up. 8, or 9, I mean, down, in, jump up. Good job. So that's a pretty heavy activity. Everybody's working hard.
You're okay.
Takes lots of strength, and the kids will get really good at it. It's a great way to warm up really quickly. You can do that in the classroom really easy. It's a few seconds, and the kids' shoulders are warmed up, their legs are warmed up, their minds are ready to learn.
Hi there. My name is Hope, and I'm actually Dirk's daughter and another teacher at Horse School. I help the kids out. I'm going to show you here today how to play Crows and Cranes. It's a really great game for kids to move and also to use their mind because they have to understand right away which name is called. Okay, so I'm going to explain it here. So we have the kids matched up in their their size and their ability to run. So we have the oldest group. We have them lined up I would say about 4 feet apart from each other. We have a line over there and a line over there. That's the boundary. So what we're going to say is this line over here, your guys' names is Cranes, okay? Over here, this line is Cranes. This line over here is called Crows, okay? So your name is Crows, your name is Cranes. When I call your name, you have the power to chase the other people, okay? So if I yell Cranes over here, you guys have the power to chase the crows. The crows have to run and make it past. They have to touch that fence or whatever boundary you set up before the cranes catch you, okay? If I yell crows, you guys have the power to chase the cranes, and they have to make it to the fence before you touch them. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm the Cranes.
You're the cranes, you're the crows. But you guys don't know what name I'm going to call. So you've got to be ready to either run that way or that way.
Dingy back up.
On your mark. Get set. Cranes! So as you'll see, the kids will sometimes go the wrong direction, but that's why it works their mind and their body. On your mark. Get ready. Don't hit clamp. Crows! So when I say a name, you gotta chase me, okay? Or I chase you, okay? On your mark. Get set. Cranes!
You went the wrong way this time.
I got you. Did you miss that? Crows!
You're too fast for me. Now we're going to do some different exercises, and we're going to do things like jumping jacks, some push-ups, some sit-ups. Now those are very good because the kids can count how many they can do, and then they feel very good that they're getting stronger. For example, Solomon, he likes to tell me how many push-ups he can do or how many pull-ups, and he really, I just say, wow, that's really great. And so the kids can really improve. And so we're going to show you a few of those things. I think it's best to start maybe doing 5 or 10 and make sure that the kids can do them well before moving on and trying to do a whole bunch of others.
So we're going to be doing a couple exercises now, starting with 5 jumping jacks, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 push-ups. 1, 2, 3,
So.
4, 5. Then we're going to do some squats. 5 squats. Spread out your legs. Get your knees out. Okay, bum down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll do some high knees running in place. As fast as you can. Knees as high up as you can. Good job. Keep going, guys. Okay, good. We're going to do a couple lunges. 5 lunges. Knee down. Or you can do flying ones like Tikla's doing. 3, 4, so keep going. 5, good. Okay, last one. We'll do a plank for 10 seconds, okay? Elbows under your shoulders. Thumb up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job, guys. Very nice.
Hi, we're now here inside the house. This is our living room, and an easy way to get the kids to strengthen and to do a little bit of exercise all on their own. I got this ladder here, and this is just a simple purchase from IKEA. Just get some hooks and you can put them in the ceiling in any house. Just find where the studs are and you can put them on your drywall, and then get a ladder like this. And the kids just love to climb up and down, and they'll just come along here any time of the day and climb up, climb down, and then they kind of see what other kids are doing, and then they try to do it. Solomon's going to demonstrate for an older child here, and he's going to climb up and do some pull-ups for us. Good job, Solomon. Okay, do you want to climb up? Okay, he's showing us how many he can do. That's great. So he's a 9-year-old. For a 9-year-old, doing 5 pull-ups, that's very good. That's 85th percentile. So that's a very high level of strength for his age. So I like to see that and encourage him. And he comes up here and he climbs and he pulls himself up. So that's great. So we're going to bring in Sheppy here. And Sheppy, do you want to show us what you can do on the ladder? Come on. So this is just, he sees his brother and he wants to do what he can do, and he's just great doing those pull-ups. Okay, you want to climb to the top?
Yeah.
And he likes to climb, and so do all the other kids. Good job. All right. You want to show us anything more? Okay. Very good. So this is just a very simple way. The kids are getting stronger, they're having fun, they're encouraging one another, and whenever you see them on the slide, on the swing, I mean, just tell them how great that they're doing, and that really catches their attention. They want you to watch as they're doing things. Oh, Opa, oh, teacher, look at what I can do, and we just have to keep encouraging them, and they'll do all the work all by themselves. One of the things that I've used in different classrooms for fitness is called the 7-minute exercises. I got this off the internet, and it uses 12 exercises, and then the program lasts for 7 minutes. I'll show you a picture here. And so here are the 12 exercises, jumping jacks, a wall sit. So what's really nice about this is that there's a warm-up. So the jumping jacks are a good warm-up for upper body and lower body, a wall sit that warms up the legs, and then you're into some heavy work and very strengthening type of activities, push-ups, doing a crunch, stepping up on a chair, squats, tricep dips, planks, high knees running, then the lunge, push-up and rotation. I found that one was a little bit difficult for the kids, so I didn't make them do the push-up, just do the rotation and a side plank. So 5-minute exercises, it would be best to start slow, teaching each of the exercises, maybe 4 at a time, until the kids can somewhat master the activity, and before going on to the whole thing. Especially with the younger kids, I've used it with grade 1s, grade 2s. Grade 2s and 3s do really good with it. So let's just play a video. I'm going to fast forward through it because I don't want to take the whole 7 minutes. So here we go. So that's the 7-minute exercises. I think some of the activities like the push-up may have to be modified to just bring up, to get them to do it on their knees. The side plank, the push up and turn, I just get them to turn. So I might modify it a little bit, but most of all, I think they can do very well with it, and they enjoy it, and they'll soon see how much stronger they're getting with it. So I found the kids are quite enthusiastic, and they'll ask for it. They'll say, why don't we do 7-minute exercises? And I know my kids really enjoy it, and the grandkids, we do it once in a while. And it's a proven thing to help with overall fitness. It's very good for the elderly because especially in us, once you get to our age, we lose muscle mass incredibly fast, and doing something like that just really helps. So the next thing I want to look at is just another one. There's, you can find these videos, but the important thing is to find that ones that are quite intense and that kids can do. So here is a fitness flash. You kind of, the other video was nice. It had just the animation. This one has actual people and just running on the spot. And I haven't used this one with the kids, but I thought it's something that's quite interesting. You have this nice girl running, you have this guy going back and forth, and quite intense, quite hard on the legs. And but the kids have a lot of energy, and don't let them fool you that they don't have energy. It's just a matter of encouraging them the right way. So here is the fitness flash. So the same with this one, quite intense, and kids will love that. And just the heavy intensity. I think at first you do have to break it down. A few activities, a few minutes here or there, get them to the activity. I don't like the video because as a total replacement, because we want to build relationships with kids, and it's that excitement. You can build that excitement, that personal touch where, hey guys, let's do a little bit more, follow me, come around the classroom, and all of these things. 7 minutes. What's 7 minutes in a day? Think you have a 35-minute class, a 40-minute class. Do 7 minutes of exercise before reading, and the effectiveness of just the brain being alert for the rest of the class will more than make up for that 7 minutes that you lose in doing exercise. It will do everybody very good. They'll all be alert, and they will learn twice as fast. So those are a few things that can be done in the classroom. It's not to replace anything with gym. They need their gym time and that prolonged heavy activity that they get in gym, but this is just a little burst, and it will incredibly work on the strength and help their brains to come awake. Okay, we've come to the end of our seminar. Seen a lot of had a lot of fun, seen a lot of good things. So just to review, we are the example to the kids. When they see us on our cell phones, they want to be on cell phones. When they see us exercising, they'll want to exercise. So that's very important that we be that example, and they will follow. That's the most important thing. Just a reminder for your children, if you don't exercise, neither will your children, likely. Number 2, reading skills are directly related to their physical fitness. Literacy is directly related to the level of fitness. We can't get around that, and we need to emphasize the fitness to get their brains moving. Our children are in danger, especially in these times where we're so stuck at home. Our children are especially in danger of obesity, a lifetime of sickness, an early death, diabetes. We need to get them moving. It's urgent that we do. Number 4, we need to do exercise in a very vigorous way. Heavy work, strength, fast-paced. And like I said before, flexibility is part of that, but it's not so important for young children. All children, especially children with attention deficit, they really need to benefit. They can really benefit from those exercise, get the energy out, get more focused, instead of just that sedentary lifestyle and feeding them high amounts of sugar. I don't think we understand how detrimental it is and how much sugar we're actually feeding the kids for breakfast. It's just an explosion, and it shuts down the brain. And so the sad thing is, I need to be honest about this. If we want to be absolutely ineffective, or as much as ineffective as we can in our teaching, in teaching them to read, teaching the children to write, if we want to be ineffective, let's keep on going the way we are. But if we want a change, if we want to have them learn well, have them be twice as effective, we need to emphasize that they become very fit, include intensive fitness. We saw from Naperville, they started the school off each day with an intensive exercise program, and that made them one of the highest top 10 schools in America. And we could be those schools, but we need to have that emphasis on physical fitness. And sometime I think we need to talk about nutrition too, and cut out all that sugar that is shutting down their brain. But that's for another day. So thank you very much. There's a 12 question, I have 12 questions that come with, that's a quiz, and everybody will get a copy of that. You can review the video, or else just get on the internet and you will find those answers. So thank you very much, and I hope we've all learned something together, and it will be helpful in the way we raise our children and teach those that are under us. Thank you very much.